quick programming note. Today is my second to last show of the year. I'll be back on January 6th. Dana and Reed going to be handling things most of the time while I'm gone. Chris, you're taking some time off. I know, Dana, you're taking some time off in between that. This is the time of the year where everybody's kind of in and out. I'm just out.
Good.
I think that sentiment is echoed among many here in the building and also many listening right now. It's been a lot this year. It's been a lot.
It's been a crazy year.
It has been a crazy year, and we have covered all of it here on the show every single morning. So tomorrow, I'll wrap things up. It'll be a very sentimental, emotional show tomorrow morning, the last one of 2024. So you'll definitely want to be here for that.
I'll give you your Christmas gift.
Yeah. What are we doing? Are we doing?
Yes, I got you something, but it's going to be really funny. It's going to be so great. I can't wait.
No
pressure, though. You don't have to get me anything.
That's what every woman says around the holidays. And let me tell you what, if you don't show up with something, you're in big trouble. We were going to do Christmas cards for clients and some of the bosses and guests and all of that. And they cost a fortune.
They cost a fortune. And when I went on to order them a week ago, they weren't going to get here until like December 21st, unless I did rush shipping and paid an extra $35 to get them here this week. And then by the time I find the addresses, and it just would have been a disaster.
So, Chris, my idea was, let's just make an image of what the card would look like, and I'll text it and email it to people. Yeah. It's 2024. Why? I find it more annoying to actually get something physically than just to see it pop up on my phone.
Right. Well, a couple of things. It's better for the environment. You're not wasting all that. We're on a tight budget here on this show. We're not wasting money. And
we're a green show, so there's that. And we're a poor show. There's definitely that.
Also, you're saving the people we're sending the cards to the guilt of when they want to throw it away.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So we're sparing them that.
Exactly. I talked to Leland Vittert from News Nation. He sent me this lovely Yeti tumbler. I mean, it's really nice. Like, wow. I don't know how he has the budget for that. But congratulations to News Nation. They're doing something right over there. But I told him, like, we couldn't even get you a Letty, a knockoff. Like, we don't have the budget for that. And he had a Christmas card, him and his lovely wife, and it's already in the garbage. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? Like,
you know what we did one year? We got those cards where they were like a Christmas ornament. So you would like kind of have to put it on the tree.
That's
Everyone
really funny.
you know has to put you on their tree.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like that, Chris.
Actually, that's a pretty good idea for us for next year. Ryan Gorman Show ornaments.
Yeah, and we're using the picture from last year when we all looked good and we hadn't gained the election 15. So.
Yeah, I was like, I knew you'd like that idea. I was you know what? Let's just use the picture from last year. It was pretty good.
It's a great idea. All right, let's get to today's top stories now. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. President-elect Trump is not holding out hope for Florida Governor DeSantis to tap Lara Trump, his daughter-in-law, to serve as the Sunshine State's next U.S. Senator. During his news conference in Mar-a-Lago on Monday, Trump was asked if he expected DeSantis to pick her, and he said, "No, I don't."
Quite a change.
But he doesn't stop there. He said, "But I don't know." He said that Ron's doing a good job. It's his choice. It has nothing to do with me. But clearly, though, this looks like a situation where Trump's team dropped Lara Trump's name in the media. Mm-hmm. They ran with it.
Yep.
And DeSantis didn't have anything to do with it and stayed quiet, kept his head down the whole time, and has sort of weathered this thing. And now it looks like it's turning to a situation where DeSantis may have control again over the pick.
Yeah, I think what happened there, I think you're right. Clearly, Team Trump, they were putting her name out there. Then she jumped on it. She's doing interviews saying, I'm open to becoming a senator. Yeah. And then you had the talk of, could DeSantis replace Hegseth as the defense secretary nominee? Well, now it looks like the Hegseth nomination may move forward. He may get confirmed. That's no longer an option. There were also some reports that within Trump world, there really weren't that many people who wanted DeSantis as defense secretary to begin with. There's still a bit of a rift there. It was interesting. They were both at the Army-Navy game over the weekend. I mean, Trump had everybody in his suite. Mike Johnson, Joe Manchin was in his suite. DeSantis not there.
Yeah.
So you still got some of that going on, but it looks like I guess DeSantis might get to make the pick after all. I thought if Trump really wanted Lara Trump, then Lara Trump was going to be the next senator from Florida. And we'll see, because after he said that, I wonder how much pressure DeSantis is going to get from MAGA world if he decides to push back against Lara Trump. But you've now got to start to look at some of the other possibilities, like an Ashley Moody or somebody along those lines. To be
it's such an interesting dynamic because you're looking at essentially two bullies, pushing back at each other.
Right.
And, DeSantis, while he's not the president, he still has significant power and influence. And he's clearly not just jumping on board with popular opinion among the Trump team. So I think it's a really fascinating dynamic, and it'll be interesting to see if there is any fallout if he picks somebody other than Lara Trump.
Oh, I think there's going to be some fallout from Trump world and MAGA, especially the online crowd.
But DeSantis may be calculating that there's already fallout.
Yeah,
he ran against Trump in the primary. There's bad blood there, and this isn't going to change that.
And there's a lot of positioning and thinking about 2026 and 2028 that's going into all of this. So it really is an interesting situation that continues to unfold.
So once upon a time, we had a campaign to change Florida state bird. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't happen. But now there's a bill to officially designate the bald eagle as the national bird. And there's a bill heading to President Biden's desk after passage in the House. So it may be hard to believe. But while the bald eagle has been a major national symbol since the Second Continental Congress in 1782, where they put the bird on the Great Seal of the United States, has never been specifically designated as the national bird under U.S. law.
I think most people would have thought that was the case. It was the national bird.
I'm surprised by this. I'm glad they're finally going to make it official, though. That really needs to get done.
I mean, it makes sense. The bald eagle lives in 49 states, including Alaska. And South Florida is about as far south as they go. Some have appeared in other countries like Cuba and Central America, but it's really an American bird. I mean, if you look at where they populate, it's all over the United States and Alaska and Canada.
And when they pop up in Cuba and other places, that's just us trying to spread freedom. That's
right.
That's what we're trying to do.
Are they considered an invasive species, like how we have the pythons? Are they an invasive species in other countries?
I don't think people would be opposed to having bald eagles around. They're really gorgeous birds.
They are.
And it's such a cool symbol to have. And hopefully it'll increase protections because unfortunately the bald eagle almost went extinct because of pollution. That was eradicated for a time, but it looks like there are still some problems with that. And if there's increased moves to deregulate certain businesses, there is concern that the birds could be a side effect of that. So hopefully that will not be the case, and we'll have plenty of eagles around. I will say this, though, having gone to Alaska, the birds up in Alaska, the bald eagles up there, much larger than the ones down here in Florida.
It's not surprising.
They got to beef up. For the cold.
Exactly.
I mean, it's amazing that they can live in freezing cold weather with no sunshine in Alaska, and also in the searing heat of Florida.
Right. I saw one a couple of months ago. It landed. I just happened to be walking my dog, and it landed. I don't know, like 300-400 yards away from us, and it was just like, holy crap! Is that you do that double take? Is that a bald eagle? Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and an update on the Southwest Florida eaglets. I don't know if you've been paying attention to that. There's a cam set up on an eagle's nest in Southwest Florida in the Fort Myers area, and there were 2 eggs that were laid by the mama bird. One of the eggs hatched, and now the second one has been reported to have hatched, and they're waiting to see if the second eaglet will come out of the egg.
Oh, so it hatched.
I got really into watching an eagle cam when I lived in D.C. Everybody was talking about it for some reason. It was a huge deal.
How long does it take for them to pop out?
I'm not sure, but the egg hatches. And then they crawl out, and then, they go from there.
Yeah, let's go. We're trying to increase the population here of eagles. Let's get a move on.
I know. Let's move it. So Miami Dolphins wide receiver Grant DuBose hospitalized, recovering after suffering a concussion on Sunday. They gave an update on his condition. You may remember he was taken off the field in a stretcher. The team says he has movement in all extremities, and initial tests are revealing positive results. He had a helmet-to-helmet hit against the Houston Texans while he was trying to make a catch in the third quarter. He did that thing called fencing where he closed his fists and was holding them in a very disturbing display. But medical personnel say that things are looking good.
Yeah, that was one of the scariest scenes that I think I've seen in a football game since Damar Hamlin when he had that cardiac arrest incident on Monday Night Football. I mean, they cut his jersey off and just the whole scene with the players on one knee, and it just took so long to get him off the field Sunday. It was a really, really scary situation. So it's good to hear that he's doing okay.
Absolutely.
All right, Chris Trenkman with today's top stories. Chris, thanks so much.
Thank you.